Hello everybody, welcome back to FusioCraft. I'm flying over Calcite Cove. Oh my gosh, look at the render stuff happening behind me. I have not messed around with F5 much since I installed this mod. It's a little weird in some places, I will admit. Taking a gander of what we've done in Barreleye Bay so far, I've probably only got this episode left until Halloween. You know that more than I do at this moment, but I'm gonna get cracking along. For one, look at all this area behind me. Look at all that empty space, and especially right here where the portal is. The portal is still just sitting there. There's a giant power plant that I want to build here that's probably just gonna have to happen later. I will see how much I can do in this stretch, probably also do the gas station in this episode. I am working where I left off in the interior of the deep, especially on the top floor. I'm starting to get in all the deep sea diving suit rentals here, and I'm gonna go through the glow squid cage idea. It's actually pretty easy. I made a bubble vader that'll send them up to this room, so all I think I really have to do is put them on leads and drag them over to that bubble vader. And of course, I gotta name them so they don't despawn. So I've got the names here, Deborah, Paul, and I'm a squid! Glow squids spawn like mad in the abyss, so getting them will not be that hard at all. We'll get them. I'm not gonna name you just yet, just in case you end up being an absolute failure and dying along the way. Okay, honestly, I may as well just grab all three of them right now. You will be Paul. This is a little satisfying. Taking my squids for a walk. The abyss has only given me 2 glow squids this time, but that's okay. I'll come back. So all we gotta do is punch a hole in these hollow docks. Okay, dude. This is why I hate dolphins. This is why I despise you. Worst mob in the game. Worst mob, hands down. Hate dolphins. The fellas are in. And the bubble vader is right around in here. Yep, I see it. It's right there. Come on, pals. Come on. Oh, you know you want to go there so bad. Oh, you're so close. Oh, what went wrong? Oh, I can literally just shove them in, can't I? Come on. Dude, it's for the bit. Come on. It's for the funny. Oh my gosh, is this even possible? Hang on. Did I build a bubble vader for no reason? I can literally just swim up with them, manually. This might have been an overthinking problem on my part. Let's see what happens if I just try to swim up. Come on, pals. Dude, the leads broke. The leads broke. Y'all, come back. This was supposed to be a simple clip. Okay, I finally got one of them. Oh my gosh. Okay, so apparently glow squid wrangling is really difficult. I'm just gonna make sure I at least have this one. Bam.
Sup, Deborah?
It's been like 30 minutes, man. I did not expect it to be this hard. They do not want to go in any particular direction. They just constantly, randomly just go everywhere. Okay. Oh, finally, man. Finally. I'm a squid! All 3 of them are in now. Perfectly. Now, before I drown, I gotta pop out. And I gotta make sure that they don't pop out. So, let me do this quick. Perfect. Oh, I'm a genius. There we go. I think it was worth it. We got a glow squid tank, baby! All name tags, completely inside water sources. There's no way they're gonna die. I need to do more stuff like this with the mobs in the game. Use the mobs as detail. But, because that was immeasurably frustrating, I gotta take the edge off real quick. Okay, I'm a little better now. And now that I've taken the edge off, I think I'm gonna start on the gas station. I've been meaning to get to this one for a while. This is one of the first ones I had an idea for. Again, back in July, I had a FusioCraft dream that there was just a gas station out here in the world. That the server had become developed enough to the point where there were gas stations on roadways, and there were roadways everywhere. That dream is already starting to become a reality, because everything that I've built up spans such a large distance now. So I'm about to make that dream a little bit more real and build up a gas station right here, right now. Okay, I'm curious. Oh, yeah, did you see that? Okay, so Mike is on, and he's building up some Sesame Street again. And so this is my first time loading this chunk since he built this part. So, yeah, boom. it just popped into distance. That's cool. With this mod, I'm going to be able to see the instant before and after when I fly somewhere new that has been built up. Since Mike was last on, he watched a movie called Follow That Bird. It's a Sesame Street movie about Big Bird. He says that movie's Sesame Street was actually very similar to the one that he's built, and now he's feeling proper inspired to finish up the buildings. I want to do some shenanigans over there, but as you can see, I've crafted a recovery compass. This is my first ever time having one in survival. After the Deep Dark session last episode, I got enough echo shards to craft one, and I had a feeling it was pointing here. This is where I was constantly killing myself for the deep sea diver heads. So yeah, it works, and that's cool. It works across different play sessions. No matter when and where it happened, this thing will be pointing at it. So that's cool. I wonder though, if I toss it to another player, will it point to where they died? Will it like immediately change up? Because with a normal compass, whether it's set to spawn or some lodestone, it'll remain the same, but this one is very player specific. I don't know how often this will come in handy, and it's incredibly expensive to make. I'm gonna keep it in my ender chest. I have a feeling that that will be where I use it. It'll be safe in there. It's a valuable treasure, and if I do end up needing it, then I'll know where to find it. Suppose I die due to lag or something in some random cave, that thing is gonna come in such handy. What scares me though, is going after where I died and dying while holding the recovery compass. Then the recovery compass is done for as well. You might have noticed across the last several episodes there's been a bit of a Sesame Street hiatus. If that break is over today, then I'm excited because this place is almost done. And again, who knows, Mike might expand that further, but I'm gonna focus my attention now over on this sandy beach over here. I have been terraforming this beach out, smoothing it. During a little discussion last night, we came up with the idea of building Shell City from the Spongebob movie here. It's perfect for the area and its theming, especially considering there's an abyss right there. Like, if Shell City's right here, then this could just be retconned to be the same abyss from the Spongebob movie. The one that they sing Now That We're Men through. But before I build all that, I'm going to build the gas station over here. Again, I've been meaning to do this forever. I am not used to seeing mobs. I mob-proof all my areas in this place. Not mob-proofed. But yeah, I got most of the materials here, so I'm gonna start building this thing up. And just like that, you can see it off in the distance. We have a fancy-dancy gas station. Introduction with an aerial view. And oh, it's a very important build to introduce with an aerial view because I'm really proud of the overall shaping of this overhang. Not only did I grade this gas station to slightly be going uphill, but I also gave this thing a bit of a bend, a dent. Pretend you're a car. Pretend you drive along here and you want to get gas. You can see I put some andesite in the ground here for where there's a ton of tire traction and whatnot. Wear and tear of the road. And then you park here at one of these gas stations. You saw nothing. This is a totally, perfectly fine, finished gas station that I had already built. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, there we go. So these are the gas pumps. This is where you enter the card information and whatnot. We got the nozzles here, pretty obvious using the levers there. I love this combination of blocks. Red sandstone and fully oxidized copper are the perfect complementary block colors. We all know orange and blue is a complementary color scheme, so both of these colors are slightly off from those. The red sandstone, as the name implies, is slightly on the red side, and the oxidized copper is slightly on the green side. And wouldn't you know it, a slight red and slight green shift, that's also complementary. I've taken color theory in college, and now I'm rambling about it. Then we got the convenience store in the back here, which I haven't done the interior yet. I've only decorated like the ceiling and whatnot. Again, interior is gonna come later. November might just be one big interior palooza, but I think that this build looks really nice, and to be honest, it's a little refreshing, actually, building something that isn't in the Barreleye Bay style. You know how scattershot I am, and it's been a little taxing, almost, just building the same theme for, like, 2 months now. I am itching to build other things, so November's coming, that's all I'm saying. So now this beach area that I've flattened out and even smoothed down into the water, this is where I'm gonna focus next. I'm gonna build up Shell City. Before I do, real quick, I gotta come over here. I feel so dumb for focusing on this so much, but like, this is a build from a dream. Obviously not exact. I don't even think there was an overhang here in the version of it in the dream. But yeah, this was the general vibe of just, you know, I was at a gas station down a really long road. FusioCraft genuinely has like at least in my area, built up to the point where it's just this big, long, stretching sprawl. And I'm super grateful for it all. I love the server, I love Minecraft, I love building. World building like this is my favorite thing to do in my hobbies, whether that's in Lego form, Minecraft form, or whether I'm scripting a story, making a comic. This is what it's all about, man. I love this stuff. I'm dripped out in the nether right now, eating pork chops, as one does. I'm here because, you know, that mod, the Distant Horizons thing, I thought, hey, maybe I could use that to find bastions easily. Everywhere I go, everywhere I load, I can see if there's a bastion from very far away, and look, I finally found it. After all these months. Oh my gosh. This server has been going for almost an entire year now. This is my first pig step. I finally have them all. Like, a new music disc has come out since this server started. And I even got that one, but not this one. Y'all ain't got nothing on me. Look at how much more satisfying it is to fly through the nether now. I can actually tell if I'm flying towards a dead end or not. I also used the north-south trick where I went to this known bastion and I just went directly south from it. A good trick for any other plunderers like me. Shell City is now one fence post away from being done. There we go. Now we have Shell City here on this southern beach. Okay, that's weird. I totally made that sign red. Why has it reverted? That's really weird. This place is truly haunted. I have no idea what? I think this is a very faithful adaptation of Shell City. We got a birch boat kind of buried in the sand on the side here. Lots of crates and barrels and chairs. In the movie, the building that they used for Shell City has a ton of bushes behind it, so I kind of went all out with the foliage and the greenery back here. I just went and super bushed this place up. I decided to put some sweetberry bushes in here, and I made this little path that goes to the road and kind of connects it to the gas station area. So now this little area is feeling that much more fleshed out. It's a nice, simple little path. I love berry bushes, and I've hardly used them on this server so far because of this. Ow, ow, ow. I don't want any of my non-hostile mobs that are just walking around Calcite Cove to get killed by these. I don't want the frogs to impale themselves. I want the horses safe. I don't know. I don't judge these animals AI. They be pretty dumb sometimes. But I don't really have to worry about that out here, as there's not really many mobs out here. At least not yet. I think I'm gonna keep it that way though. Anyways, this is the real reason that I built Shell City. This right here. Eventually, I'm going to get an actual Spongebob mini mob head from the Wandering Trader and use that for Spongebob, but for now, that's the closest thing I got. For Patrick, I might use the pink coral mini block if the Wandering Trader has that as well. But yeah, here's the interior of Shell City, and it's fully taking advantage of all the ocean murder that I've been doing recently. Who knew killing all those dolphins would actually come in handy one day? You got an ore on the wall, you got fish nets on the ceiling. This is the fish tank that Spongebob and Patrick started out in, and I might swap it out for that fish tank design that is used in Sesame Street. Oh, I just realized these temporary torches are still here. I think I like this. Once again, mood lighting, really helping setting the tone in this spooky gift shop. And of course, I gotta shout out the Cyclops here with Alexander Clam Bell. Even though there's no clams in Minecraft, the squid head is perfect because it's got the googly eyes. It's already kind of the same color. Alexander Clam Bell! This build is so dumb in such an awesome way, and it totally fits Barreleye Bay. I'm glad Mike gave me that suggestion. It kind of feels like I'm doing a bookend approach where I really focused on the beginning of Barreleye Bay, and now I'm doing the end. The big empty area in the middle here is still empty, but hey, now the ending of Barreleye Bay looks nice. What is today? It's October 25th right now. I definitely bit off more than I can chew. Barreleye Bay is much more a long-term project than I thought. After all this time, I finally have a really good idea for the portal. It's not a super complicated design, but it is going to be big. It's going to fit the theme perfectly, and it's going to make for a really cool looking statue. For more reasons than one. Let me just bam, bam, bam. Work some black stone slabs into the mix. Bust out the crying obsidian finally. Finally have a use for one of my favorite blocks in the game. I want you to guess. What could I possibly be building right now? Any last takers? Because this thing is about to be done. Let's fly back and see what this looks like. Oh yeah, dude. That is so awesome. The portal is now the needle of a giant fish hook statue. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that thing looks awesome. Oh my gosh, it's perfect, dude. That's totally it. This is definitely what I'm sticking with. I'm so glad Barreleye Bay dodged the dilemma of constantly having to redo the portal structure, because each one was mid until I got one that was good. Nah, I immediately struck gold here. I'm definitely keeping this. Like, come on, not only does it look cool, but like, the particles that drip down, that adds so much. Not only was I finally able to use crying obsidian somewhere, but I got to use it somewhere where it was high up and it could dangle above people, and you can see some of those purple particles just drip down. Oh yeah. Obviously that dripping doesn't cover that big of an area, but if you're anywhere hanging around near the portal, then you'll notice it here and there. Also, these babies emit light, so it's its own lighting. I don't even have to put like lichen up there or anything. I've got a feeling this thing already looks really cool. It's gonna look even better at night. Oh, Mob Hill, how I love you so. It's distracting me again. Yeah, man. Oh, it looks so nice. Woo, and it's fun to fly through too, I just realized that part. So there we go. This is also a really good advantage to using crying obsidian in this design, as it gives it more contrast at night. Barreleye Bay is an area that I want to be viewed at night, so that's perfect. I apologize, I swear I've said perfect like 10 times in the last minute. But yeah, I really love this. And so you can see I'm using basalt here. I want this area to kind of be like a little central hub. Calcite Cove had that giant central park, and this is the closest thing that Barreleye Bay is going to have to it. Not as big, and it's more of an entryway to the main part of the docks. But you know, I wanted there to be some scenic statue in the middle with the portal, which I have now incorporated. And whatever I'm gonna put here and here, there's going to be some entrances to along this pathway. So I'm thinking this path should be mostly made for foot travel, but trucks should still be able to come in and out. So it's not completely a pedestrian route, but it can be. I'm gonna have to make some entrances here on the road, so it really feels like that truck could have just pulled in there, because that was always the idea, putting the truck here. Obviously it wouldn't just be stuck here on the docks. This is gonna be how it got here. So yeah, this is the next step, figuring this area out. And apparently this place is not lit enough. Hey yo, I'm working out the shaping for some big cylinders here, and I've been meaning to do this for a while now. I've always had the idea to have some sort of building here that used a bunch of different big cylinders. Where I live now, there's some stuff like this near the ports, and I thought it would look nice here in Barreleye Bay, but I didn't really know what to use the building for until like a few nights ago. And the idea I came up with is actually really genius. These 4 cylinders are where I'm going to grow and harvest the 4 big mushrooms in the game. The 2 from the overworld and the 2 from the nether. So this is where I'm going to go to generate more nether wood, where I'm gonna generate more mushroom blocks, shroom lights, and all of them. I don't know if I'm ever going to like automate those. It's not that I'm against TNT duping, but I feel like, I don't know, I like harvesting things myself. But that is the current plan. So I've laid out the base material. I'm going to use tuff here. This used so much tuff that I actually ran out and I had to go mining. 2 sessions of filling an entire shulker box of tuff, and yeah, I did not expect it to be that much. But later on, I'm going to give it more detail. There's going to be more shading and whatnot. You look inside here, this is where the 4 mushroom farms are going to be. I perfectly spaced them out, so there's a 9x9 space here. The 2 overworld mushrooms have a 5x5 and a 7x7 space, but the 2 nether trees, they have a 9x9 space that they're able to grow out to. And they can grow up to 27 blocks tall. So I'm trying to get at least 27 blocks up here with the cylinders, and there's gonna be another structure on top of these, but I'm just trying to make sure that this is a good height for the surrounding area. And I think it works pretty good. I don't think it like obstructs too much. I mean, it's kinda supposed to be obstructive. Right now, there's not a lot that it's obstructing from the street over here. I guess mostly just the stuff at the end, like the gas station, but those things are not really part of the area. They're kind of just the stuff on the outskirts. From the water, it obscurifies the warehouse, but this is definitely the thing that I would rather have people see from the water, because it's way more of a port side build compared to that warehouse. A warehouse can be anywhere. But visually, this is supposed to be the type of thing that you see along port sides. I think the one that I see in real life has to do with grain inspection. And again, it has to do with like some sort of shipments, because it's along the water and it has this big docking station right next to it where big ships pull in. There's a huge metal overhang. I don't know if I'm going to do that part because obviously There's this dock in the way, and I mean, I could do a little bit right here, but This building is actually just being used as a mushroom factory, essentially, so I'm just going to roll with that. And I've already got some ideas on how to flesh out this building, fill out this space. I want there to be a truck that pulls in here. Oh yeah, you can see I've already like expanded upon this central area. There's a bit of a gutter here now, and I've expanded the basalt into this section right here, leading up to this building. So now it really makes sense for this truck to be pulled up to chutes right here. And we're gonna have a similar thing where a truck can pull in here and like get a bunch of mushroom material or something. These guys might finally get employed, because not only are they in the way here, but this seems like the perfect opportunity to use them. Since Halloween is right around the corner, I decided to super grind this one out. Here we have the mushroom factory. It's pretty darn big. You can see on top of the 4 cylinders, I've got this big copper section up here, and then I have this larger tower-like structure looming over it all. Really proud of the block shading work that I did here. And then on the bottom portion down here at the square, we've got the entrance. This is going to be the loading bay that the trucks pull into, and this is where all of the mushroom shipments are shipped out. This will be like the main entrance, and maybe there'll be kind of a storefront here on this section. This is where I'm going to store all the stuff that I generate here. These will have the blocks, these will have all the mushrooms, and all the other stuff that you grow on the netherrack. And here we go. Inside these 4 cylinders, we grow the crimson fungus thingy. I guess it's not technically a tree. It is here in the big mushroom farm. The warped fungus, oh yeah. And then we've got the giant brown mushrooms and the giant red mushrooms. All 4 of these mushrooms I can grow and harvest very easily here. This is an entirely manual farm, but this is how I like it. As long as I have a space in the world to do this, and I don't get it in the way of anything else, then I'm super satisfied. And speaking of super satisfied, I was struggling a little bit in creative, trying to figure out the design of this place, but I think I really did get a really good design. Because I was basing the more gray section of this build off of the real life cylinder structure thing I was talking about earlier, there was a little bit of photo reference involved, and because of that, I almost unintentionally made it appear like way bigger up there than it actually is. I don't know, it kind of looks like a genuine skyscraper in terms of scale up there, but it's really not that much bigger than the funnel on the greens factory. But I think it makes for a really good backdrop when you're looking out on this section of Barreleye Bay. Again, from over here, it kind of obscurifies the stuff that goes behind it. Like, you can't really see the warehouse very well when you're entering from this side. Okay, actually, no. When you're actually on the road, the warehouse is like the focal point that you're entering in on. But I like that when you go around this building, the entire street is then like revealed to you. You turn around the mushroom factory and boom, you enter this delightfully devilish little world I've created. And I think with that, I've gotten Barreleye Bay to a really good point. Obviously not done, but in terms of getting it close enough to finish before Halloween, I'd say I did a good job. Barreleye Bay will continue. There's so many interiors I need to do, and I need to finish detailing a lot of exteriors as well. There are buildings here that have been abandoned and kind of put on hold for over a month. But yeah, looking around, I'd say I did a really good job. Considering all of this was basically just 2 months of work, and I have a full-time job and really not that much time to actually play Minecraft compared to earlier in my life, I'd say I did really well. And with that, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Happy Halloween. Thank you for watching. This project will continue on in November and whatnot, but I think I might want to take a little bit of a break because I like doing, different things. So yeah, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Barreleye Bay. And finally, more Calcite Cove, more Ezo Island, all the other things that I've kind of been neglecting. Putting myself on this schedule has been fun, but I'm a little excited to not know what the hell I'm going to do next.